Hi, everybody, and hello, Schoolmeister. You have a great name. Everyone loved it. Everyone's like, "Hey, how you doing?" So, thank you everybody for joining me today. We have some really good stories to go over today. Today is like a fun summary live stream. But before we get started, hi everybody. Hi, we'll do highs in just a moment. But before we get started, I just want to give a little bit of a public service announcement. A lot of places are reopening. We're going to talk about movie theaters reopening today, some updates. People, please be careful when you go back outside. Just because, unfortunately, a lot of your local governments, including New York's being ridiculously, and I'm very happy about it, cautious. But a lot of local governments are understandably under pressure from businesses and other areas to reopen. But I saw a story today about a woman in Florida who felt that it was okay to go to a bar with her friends because everything was reopening up, and like 16 of them caught coronavirus. So if you want to go out, obviously, everybody has a different situation, so know what it's like in your area, and just make sure you wear a mask and just be really careful. I know it's not any fun to wear a mask. I know it kind of sucks, but you can get a really pretty one. You can have fun with it. You can get one that's themed with cool characters, and then you can go out and have fun responsibly. So I mean, like for instance, Arizona. I don't know if Aaliyah's in the stream today, but she's usually here. She's in Arizona, and Arizona has had a huge spike. Although Lisa says in Wisconsin they're being very careful, so they haven't had a spike. That's wonderful. That's excellent. The movie lover got a Joker mask. That's excellent. That's right, George. All heroes do wear masks. All right, so before we get to the three stories of the day, and of course, the end of the stream where you can ask me anything that you would like. Of course, anyone can watch this stream, but only members may comment. If you do become a member, it's I think it's like $7 or $8 a month, but you get 4 streams a week, 4 live streams a week, also watch-along parties where you're able to comment. I get to know you much better, as you can see. Call-in shows are on Sundays, and it's also it's very beneficial to me, particularly during this coronavirus time. So if you can do it, I really, really do appreciate it. I don't have a Patreon account because I don't really feel it's fair for me to just ask you for money. But I feel here, this is like a membership stream. Hey, Janos, thank you for joining. This is like, you get something for, you get these live streams. So I take the live streams very seriously because you're paying for them. So that's why we make sure we have them. So there's today's live stream. The next one will be Friday, and then they start up again on Sunday. I'm not sure what our next watch along will be. We just had 2. Let me go and see. I think when we watch a movie on Disney Plus or Netflix, it tends to more people can join in. What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer Disney Plus or Netflix watch-alongs? What streaming service is better for you? We could watch the Scary Movie on Friday. Do you guys want to watch? But you guys have to pay for that. I don't know if you guys will want to pay for it. Thank you, Jose, for saying that. Oh, people like both. Although, look at all those Netflix votes that came in all of a sudden. Do you guys want to watch You Should Have Left with Kevin Bacon? Let's see how it is. I don't know. I mean, it was tough watching Artemis Fowl twice. Some people like Artemis Fowl, though. Some people like Artemis Fowl. They're a small group, but they exist. So I want to be respectful of them. Nothing scary. It's fun to be scared together. I think it seems like you guys like both of them. So let's see. We will probably, Mika is saying Hamilton or Greyhound. I don't know about Greyhound. Greyhound's like kind of a serious movie, but Hamilton could be fun. Although I don't know any of the lyrics, so it might not be fun to watch if I can't sing along. So let's see. But Hamilton could be cool. All right, everybody. So where's everybody watching from today? And then we'll get to the 3 stories. Let's do an abbreviated, where's everybody watching from? So we've got a little chatty here in the beginning. A lot of Hamilton love. Maybe we will do Hamilton. Liam is in Newcastle, UK, eating chili. Oh, someone said they were celebrating someone. It's going so fast. Slow mode doesn't work. Waffle said celebrating someone retweeting me on Long Island. That's not even celebration. I read it too fast. Flavio's in Texas. The movie lover's eating ramen for breakfast in Vancouver. Julian Wolf Stoller. Julian Wolf Stoller. Welcome. That's a great name. You guys have some really cool names. Let's see here. Oh, Luis is in a protest in, is that LA or Louisiana? Heber Rose, you're back. Nice to see you. David Evans officially finished university. Congratulations. That's wonderful. Next stage of life, here you come. Tyler says, New York City, $3, 2 bags, and 1 me. Just watched Annie. Let's see here. Cameron's grading papers in Orem, Utah. Let's see here. What else is going on here? A lot of congrats. Oh, CJ says it's his dog Marvel's birthday today. Happy birthday, Marvel. Marvel is a beautiful dog. Gorgeous dog. Looks actually just like the emoji that CJ used. That emoji is accurate. Evan is tuning in from his deck in Ohio. Oh, it's hard. I know it's hard with the beautiful weather not to go outside. I'm feeling the pain too, but we must be strong. It's just one summer. Hopefully next summer you can run around like crazy. Youngie's getting tipsy in the UK. Well, it is much later in the UK. 91 in Denver, Carlos. Whoa. All right, so everybody, stay cool. All right, everybody, let's get to today's 3 stories, and then, of course, at the end of the stream, you can ask me anything that you would like. I won't, as I like to say, I won't necessarily answer it, but you can ask. I'm pretty open. All right, so story number 1. This is a doozy. All right, story number 1. Boop. All right, so July 10th, movie theaters are determined that they will open on this date. Movie theaters are like, we're doing it. It was a very misleading headline, by the way, in the Hollywood Reporter. Oh, hey, Austin, thanks for joining. They were like, New York City and LA theaters are reopening July 10th. And I was like, what? Nobody told me. And then I looked at the story and they were like, they hope to open July 10th. They haven't quite made New York go along with it yet, but they're really going to try. So here are the actual details of what's happening. All right, so Regal has set a specific date. And a lot of you tweeted me this and DM'd me earlier today. Thank you very much. It's the same for the UK theaters. And they're opening July 10th, as Joseph pointed out, for the Russell Crowe film Unhinged. They're also going to play old classic movies for $5 for an adult and $3 for kids. That's insanely cheap. It's like $5 Tuesdays, but it'll be every day. That's pretty low. I hope that people are respectful of the theater. I find when you charge too little for something, it just people kind of like, obviously nobody here. But some people aren't respectful of the space. I'll never forget that I went to see Monuments Men, and there were these girls in there, and I was like, you don't seem like you would like Monuments Men. And I'm like, but I'm glad you want to see it. And they just proceeded to text on their phone for the entire movie. And I was like, I was right. You didn't want to see Monuments. You didn't want to see it. Inception comes out July 17th. So July 10th is just Unhinged. So anyway, Regal will officially open on July 10th. They're like, we're doing it. AMC and Cinemark are like, we don't know exactly when we're opening, but it's going to be somewhere around there. Those are the 3 biggest chains in the United States, so it's very important, that they be open. However, New York City still does not have a confirmed opening. Los Angeles theaters can open, but they're still waiting on New York City. New York City has our movie theaters, as I've said many times before, in our stage 4. We're only in stage 1. Stage 1 is expected to last until at least early July, so it show you how slow we're moving over here. The National Association of Theater Owners, NATO, is trying to push New York City to move movie theaters to stage 3. I don't know if they'll do that. Cuomo, thank goodness, is very, very strict and careful. And we've been very good here because of that. So we're not going to blink now, or will we? Let's see how much pressure they put on local government. I do have to say that there is a ton of press, myself included, in New York City. A ton of movie reviewers are here. So, I mean, obviously they can just get us screeners, but if we can't go to see the movie to review it, I mean, it's going to be tough for people to go to the theaters themselves. So New York City not being open has a lot of ramifications. So here are some of the details that Regal announced, and one of them really caused a lot of concern for me. So Regal, this is a quote from the Hollywood Reporter, all right? So it says, Regal detailed a wide array of safety measures it will take upon reopening, including 2 empty seats between parties, although just 1 if it's a recliner theater. Recliners at Regal aren't that much bigger than a regular seat, I got to tell you. I would prefer it be 2. Contactless payment, which means no box office. Reduced concessions. I thought they were looking out for us, but the last time I tweeted about this. One of you pointed out the harsh reality that it's reduced concessions because they don't want to pay a lot of people to come in. or they're going to reallocate people to cleaning instead of making food. So one of the reasons they won't have a lot of hot food when they open is because they don't want to pay anybody to make it, which is kind of sad. And they also said we'll be cleaning with special equipment and more. I gotta tell you, I don't really feel the theater was ever cleaned that well before this. So I would definitely, if you're going, if you can find any towelettes, good luck. They're like really hard to get. A friend of mine made a really good point. He said that when restaurants open, there'll be a second run on masks and towelettes because they're all going to need towelettes and masks to operate. So once all these stores and everything start opening, it's going to get really tough again. So good luck cleaning your theater. But here's where I got very concerned. Heather Rose, why did you have to join again? That's weird. All right, so anyway, I'm glad you joined multiple times during the stream, but I'm sorry if you're having some technical difficulties. But anyway, this was what really concerned me. They said that only where required by local authorities will you have to wear a mask. So if the local authorities say that masks aren't required, it will not be required anywhere in the theater. That to me is very, very concerning. But then I got even more concerned. I do have to say, JC, that you're right. I'm being unfair to Regal. It is the cleanest of the movie theaters I know. Much cleaner than AMC. AMC is real dirty. Okay. I've never been to an AMC that's not really dirty. So anyway, this is where Regal really scared me. Sorry. Hold on. Let me get a drink of water. I have a glass of water today. Woo! So this is what really concerned me. They said that capacity may be reduced to 50%. What the what? I was really upset about that. Sorry if that was too loud, but that's how upset I was. I couldn't believe it. This reminds me of airplanes. When airplanes were like, oh yeah, we're going to take out the middle seats and it won't be crowded. And then everyone showed up to the airplane and they were like, this is packed. So I thought for sure that when movie theaters opened, they would definitely be reduced in capacity. And now they're like, well, if it's really popular, I'm sorry, we're going to pack it. You know, they're only going to have that 1 or 2 seats between parties. That's very upsetting to me. So I continue to say that if you're going to return to movie theaters, don't go during the most crowded times when you start out. Go weekdays and also go like to the first showing of the day. That's what I would recommend. But I'm just really shocked that that's what the May is very, very scary to me. It does remind me of the airplane situation. So let's see. Elliot says, if no one wears a mask, I'm walking away ASAP. All right, let's just take a quick poll. How many of you are planning to return to theaters July 10th, like opening day? Bye, Chico. I'm not confident either, Madeline. Yeah, I'm a big fan of capitalism, but this capitalism I'm not a fan of. Max is like, me, in a sea of no's. Oh, Waffles is also going. Wear your masks. Yeah, I'm not. I mean, part of me is like, should I go see what they're going to play with Inception? But I don't want to watch Inception. I don't know what I'm going to do. I also told you I'm concerned about how dirty these theaters might be after being not cleaned up or taken care of for 3 months. Mostly no, but some definite. So maybe that'll keep crowds down right there. Now remember, you have the whole month basically until Tenet opens. July 24th. What's Mulan gonna do? I can't. If Mulan goes first, I'm gonna be shocked. Disney is not the kind of company to go first. So we'll see. I guess they feel technically they're not because Unhinged and Tenet are going for. Unhinged and Inception re-release are going first. Hey, Miss AO928. All right, so we'll see, but that's really crazy. Madeline's pointing out, don't forget how much the hospital bill could cause you. That could be one expensive movie ticket. I agree. I'm really nervous about it. Let's see how this works. All right, so that's the first story of the day. I'm really shocked. I thought for sure they would do the reduced capacity. I'm pretty surprised at that. I guess I shouldn't be, because I was shocked when airplanes did it. Madeline flew, and she said her plane was packed, and there was nothing she could do about it. But she had full regalia. Could you imagine watching a movie like that, Madeline? Madeline had a full face scarf and goggles and a hat. That's just crazy. All right, second story of the day. Boop! All right. Splash Mountain. So, with all the Gone with the Wind talk, which again I told you I'm in favor of, I feel that, some movies need to have a bit of an introduction, right? And they're going to bring Gone with the Wind back to HBO Max, but with an introduction, with a proper introduction. And so while that was going on, a lot of people were like, well, what about Song of the South, that Disney movie that Bob Iger said will never see the light of day as long as he's the head of the company? I don't know how Bob Chapek feels about it. I imagine Bob Chapek probably feels the same. Michael Eisner pretty much kept it under wraps when he was the head of the company. Nobody wants to show the Song of the South. But for some reason, they based an entire ride on it. I don't know why, when they pitched Splash Mountain, someone wasn't like, can we really base this on a movie that we aren't allowed to show anyone? Maybe we should pick a different movie. But it's a very popular ride. Zippity Doo-Dah is an Academy Award-winning song, and an excellent song, by the way. But yeah, it's another narrative where they try and show that some people were happy being in slavery, which of course is a horrible, horrible lie. So it's a really, you can't really show that movie. And then also, Brer Rabbit and Brer Bear and Brer Fox are kind of like not great stereotypical characters. But people love that attraction. Look how beautiful it looks in that photo. It looks like such a beautiful summer day. You get a little water on you. It's a fun ride. I like Splash Mountain. So what really gained some momentum over the past week was, why don't they redo the ride to make it a Princess and the Frog ride, just like they redid the Norway Pavilion, sadly, to be a Frozen attraction, although that is a very good attraction with the Frozen overlay. So they're like, let's do Princess and the Frog. And so this has gotten so much traction that the Hollywood Reporter covered it today. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that the Hollywood Reporter had that on their front page. And they said, Disney has no comment. But if I were Disney, I would definitely do this. I don't see how you can have a ride that you can't show. You're ahead of me there, Jordan. We'll talk about that in a moment. Tiana Mountain. That's funny, Dylan. That's very funny. I guess they'd have to come up with a different name for it. That's really funny. But if you can't show a movie, if no one can see the movie that the ride is based on, I don't think you could have that as the theming. Plus, I'm a huge Princess and the Frog fan, and I don't think it gets enough love and respect. I love that movie. I've seen it so many times. I think I've seen it like 6 times at this point. It's available on streaming services. It was one of the only Disney princess movies on Netflix for a while. Yeah, you're right, Lloyd. It could still be called Splash Mountain. That has nothing to do with that ride. With that movie. But Princess and the Frog is just a really wonderful, wonderful movie. So I think that you could easily put them there as frogs. You could put Tiana. You could have their gorgeous wedding at the end. And then, of course, they have a big party at the end of the movie, right? At her restaurant when it opens up. So, on the paddle wheel boat, when you go by and they're all singing Zippity Doo-Dah, they could be just singing this one, right? What did someone say? Something about the songs. Emmanuel said those songs on this ride. Oh, the Princess and the Frog has an amazing soundtrack. Like, can you imagine if they had part of the attraction being Friends on the Other Side? Oh my God, it would be I haven't gone on Splash Mountain the last couple of times because I was like, I don't want to get wet. But I would be much more willing to go on it if it were Princess and the Frog. It's just such a good movie. And I think to have its own major, not only an attraction, but an e-ticket attraction would be phenomenal. Yeah, dig a little deeper. This is all great. And as Jordan said, I want some beignet and gumbo. Now, they, of course, sell that at Disneyland, but they don't currently sell that at Disney World's Magic Kingdom where it is there. So I think they should not only retheme the attraction, but they should build a Tiana's Cafe nearby. Now, part of me thought they could just redo Pecos Bill Cafe, but that would have to be significantly redone to reflect Tiana. And I really like Pecos Bill's Cafe. So maybe I would just build a whole new eating place. Disney World's getting pretty crowded. I think it could have another eating place just fine. But can you imagine going on a Princess and the Frog ride? Oh, Princess and the Frog watch along, Christian, that's a good idea. Maybe we will do a Princess and the Frog watch along. We talk about these movies and I get so excited. I just actually watched it like 3 months ago, but I'd watch it again. Maybe we will watch Princess and the Frog. Would anybody be interested in a Princess and the Frog watch along? If you don't have to type no if you don't want to. I'll just take the lack of responses as a no. You've never seen it? Chicken Beach? That's a great name. Oh, that's great. There are a lot of people who are interested. Okay, well, I'll pick a day and we'll do that. That'll be the next. Oh, no, we'll still do Hamilton, Jacob. Hamilton's a long ways off. We have a whole rest of the month until Hamilton. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, and a lot of you haven't seen it. Oh, now we're definitely going to do it. Okay, I'll schedule that. It's so good. It's really good. What will I have for a snack? Oh, it's such a good movie. All right. All right, so anyway, I think this is a no-brainer. And then I would eat lots of gumbo and beignet and on the ride. It would be just fantastic. 2 weeks till Hamilton, Jordan? Yeah, it's like pretty far. It doesn't come out until the 4th of July holiday. All right, so that's the second story of the day. Oh, I think that would just be wonderful. All right. Now for the third story of the day. Boop. All right. I always do a little sound effect. It started with the because I don't have quite the same overlay to do the changes. So people like the boop. Maybe the boop will stay. Maybe the boop will stay. All right. So anyway, while the Oscars were delayed, we just talked about that yesterday by 2 months. They've decided that the Emmys are not going to be delayed. They're going to be a virtual show. And Jimmy Kimmel is going to produce and host for the third time. This will be the third time. Now, why do they keep picking Jimmy Kimmel? That's because when you're a late night host, the network that you work for chooses you to host the awards shows that they have because they probably save a little money and also they get to advertise the show that you're on at the same time. I kind of don't like it because I feel like it's lazy. But I appreciate Kimmel. I think he's really good. I mean, he hosted the Oscars right before they went hostless, although I do prefer hostless Oscars, to be honest with you. But ABC has an embarrassment of awards shows. They have the Emmys and the Oscars. And also, for instance, they also have Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which Jimmy Kimmel is now hosting as it comes back. I just finished Quiz, the story about the people who cheated the British Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or did they cheat? I thought it was pretty good, although I felt like when I looked into it afterwards, I was like, I think you didn't tell me everything, and I'm a little annoyed about it. All right, so when I watch a show about something that actually happened, I should feel like I really know what happened, not have to go online and do a bunch of my own research in 10 minutes, and I learned more than the show taught me. But anyway, so yes, so now the Emmys are going to be a virtual event, and they aren't changing the date. I do like James Corden, though. He's great. It'll still be Sunday, September 20th. And I think it makes sense not to move the Emmys because TV has been going along very well this year. I haven't had too much interruption. There's a lot of content for them to be able to spotlight. So I think it'll be fine. The only problem is that by September 20th, everyone will be used to virtual events at home, right? I think it's like, got it. So I feel like he's going to have to really raise the bar to get people to be interested in watching this. But let's see what he comes up with. I'm certainly interested. All right, so those are the three stories of the day. Let me get rid of the marker. It's 4:44. You can ask me anything that you would like until 4:54. And then I'm going to upload my Star Wars video. It's done. It's ready. I was going to upload it this morning, but then I was like, I got to cover this DC fandom news. And I had no idea it would take me 5 hours to cover the story. It takes a long time. I do have really heavy edited videos. And so it takes me a long time sometimes, to turn it around because there is so much detail. Let's see here. Evan says, will Defy Blood's low RT audience score negatively impact its Oscar chances? A little bit, I think. I think Delroy Lindo's pretty much a lock to get nominated. He's just so good, and it's so clearly an Oscar role. But I do think it takes away some of the excitement for something if people aren't really into it. If people aren't like, if everyone's not like, I loved it, well then I think that kind of deflates it a little bit. Who's my least favorite Disney princess, Elliot? Merida, because she poisons her own mom. It's horrible. It's horrible. Horrible. Portis2 wants to know how I will continue to review Punchline's run. Well, if she does anything really noteworthy, I will. But, let's see what they come up with. And let's see when the heck it comes out. Lena says, any early box office predictions for Wonder Woman 1984? Hi, Zeeser. I'm not sure. It's like new territory. So, like, you have to think about, like, I think it'll probably be maybe 50% of what it would have opened at. If it's less than 50%, Hollywood's just going to lose their mind. So we'll see. Let's see. Dancing Dog 60 says, how will theaters make money with reduced snack bar and ticket prices? Well, that's a good question, but I think it's better than making no money because that's what they're making right now. So I think they're just, you know, I think they're just going to have to do what they can to try and get people back in before they eventually get things back up and running fully again. No news on the boys, Big Witch, I'm afraid. That Scatterbrain says, why not get someone else to edit your videos? I had someone for a while editing my videos. I've had a couple different people I've worked with. It's difficult. I take having someone who works for me that I pay very seriously. So that's an issue. Also, I found out that it doesn't really go any faster. You know, sometimes slower. And then I have to go over the video anyway. So it's just faster for me to do it myself. I don't think it would be any faster. I think it would be slower if I had somebody else do it, to be honest with you. Middle Kid 23. I didn't get any Love Victor screeners because I don't know anybody at Hulu because I never really cover their shows. So I don't have contacts there, unfortunately. I have to work on that. But they're going to Hulu is going to show it on Twitter tonight at 11 p.m. So I'll watch it tonight and I'll review it first thing tomorrow morning. Youngie74 says, are the BAFTAs a big deal in the movie industry? I don't think they really are. I mean, they do help with momentum. If someone's like, I won the Golden Globe and I won the BAFTA, everyone's like, okay, you should probably win the Oscar. I think that's, you know, that's really how that works. But I mean, there's certainly a respected award, probably mostly in the UK. And I think they do mean something in Hollywood, but not like Hollywood only cares about what can make them money. And since the BAFTA doesn't really mean anything to moviegoers in the United States or in China, they don't care about it. It is the hard truth, I'm afraid. Barbie, I did see the Umbrella Academy first look pics. I think it's very hard to comment on them, and I didn't because they're characters that are totally new to the show. They didn't really give anything away. I think the 1960s, I think I don't know if that's the freshest choice they could have made for a time period to end up in. I mean, obviously it's based, I think, around the Dallas assassination of Kennedy, which 5 factors into, so we'll see. Pastor Madeline says, salty or sweet? That's an interesting, I like sweet, I guess, if I had to choose, but I like both. Why do I have such... Hugo, I appreciate your question, but I don't like to discuss behind the scenes stuff for YouTube. I just don't like to do it. You'll notice that I never talk about it. But I feel bad because you keep asking, so that's why I'm addressing it. Oh, Rose says, where'd I get my sofa? I'll tell you about my sofa. It's a tiny little apartment sofa, so it's small, because my apartment before this was smaller and I didn't have room for a bigger sofa. I still kind of don't. I got it at Ethan Allen, but it took me so long to find a sofa that I liked. I'd say years. But then one day I was walking down the street near Bloomingdale's and they have an Ethan Allen display store there, and this sofa was in the window with this fabric, and I was like, that's it! And I bought it. Oh, Dylan, thank you for asking. My parents are doing very well. This is the longest I've never seen them. But you know, we're all staying safe. But they're doing very well. Thank you. It's Father's Day on Sunday. Heads up, make sure you do something nice for your dad. Just a reminder for everybody. Middle Kid 23 says, best Disney resort. Oh, that's easy. Hands down, the Contemporary Resort. I used to prefer the Polynesian when I was growing up. My family liked the Polynesian. Then we liked the Grand Floridian. But now I just say I really like the Contemporary Resort. I like the energy of it. I like their place to get food, the Contempo Cafe that's in the middle between the monorails. So I just really I like staying there. It's just, and you can walk to the Magic Kingdom. It's by far and away my favorite hotel. Luis, I'm not sure who I would cast as Tiana. That's a really tough call. Kyle, I'm so glad you liked The King of Staten Island. I agree, it was surprisingly good. Galileo Master says, would you bring back Lupita for Black Panther 2? Oh, that's a tough question because I like Lupita Nyong'o so much, but I feel like her character doesn't have that much to offer. And I think that because she and Black Panther are already in a relationship, she and T'Challa, it's not as exciting. They're like already a happy couple, and you're like, that's not very fun. Bye, Joey. Good night. So I think that I'd rather switch her out for Storm, to be honest with you. I just feel like, they already have Okoye and they have Shuri. I don't know if they really need Lupita Nyong'o's character for a sequel, but she's an Oscar-winning actress and she's very good. As Big Witch says, Lupita for anything. I really like Lupita Nyong'o. You know what's on Disney Plus? The Queen of Katwe, where she plays the mom of a chess champion. That's a very, very good movie. Let's see here. Steven says, Grace, will we be covering PS5 news or just Miles Morales? Just Miles Morales. I only cover the video games that have to do with comic books and movies. So I'll be covering Miles Morales. And if they come up with another game that covers movies or comic books, I'll cover that too. 2 minutes left. Any Witcher 2 tea, says Dancing Dog. I don't have any, but I did see a headline that they're going to get rid of the timeline. You know how the timeline was out of order in the first season? I think that makes sense. They already did that trick. I wouldn't continue with it. Kyle, I'm afraid I would not get a tattoo because I feel like I would eventually decide I didn't like it, and then it would be stuck on me, and I couldn't get rid of it. I did do a Hercules casting video, and I annoyed a lot of people with it. Favorite Christopher Nolan film, Jose? That's easy. The Dark Knight. Favorite princess hair, Elizabeth? I'm going to go with Princess Aurora. Bye, Youngie74. Edward says, what's my favorite quarantine snack? I don't know. I feel like I'm in a bit of a rut. I have to try and think of stuff. I'm glad you like that video, Megan. I appreciate it. I don't know. I feel that I've become a better cook during these past few months, so I'm very proud of that. Rodrigo, that's a hilarious question. No, it wasn't Rodrigo. I'm sorry. You're right below. Rodrigo. So, I'm sorry. Hey, Rodrigo. Madeline says, which Chris would you rather see in a movie? Hemsworth, Evans, Pine, or Pratt? That's hilarious. I love them all. If I had to put them in order, I would go Chris Pine, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Chris Pratt. But it's so close. It's like photo finish. All right, Rodrigo, I'll answer your question there. Rodrigo, do you think The Witches should release on HBO Max? It needs the content. That's a good question. I think that's actually a very good idea, Rodrigo. I'm glad I saw your question. I guess I'd depend on how much I spent on it if I were Warner Brothers. Like, did Robert Zemeckis spend a lot of money on it? Let me see. Madeline, you're shocked at my order of the Chris's. Oh, thank you, Stefano. Oh, thank you, Christopher. I'm glad some of you did enjoy my Hercules casting video. Tracy, I love Ad Astra, but you got to really be into it to like it. Some people don't like it. Oh, we're 1 minute over. All right, I got to go. I want to set up a prince. What day would you guys? Okay, let me ask you, since you guys are the ones who would watch for a Princess and the Frog watch along. Would you prefer to do it on? Let's see here, Friday or Sunday? This Friday or this Sunday? Gotta wait for you guys to catch up. Damn, it seems split. I might have to put a vote on Twitter. Oh, Sunday's starting to pull ahead. Sunday's a little better for me too. Lloyd, Sunday. Oh, Friday. It seems, I think I'm going to do Sunday. Sunday seems a little better for me. And there's also now no television on Sundays because Billions is over and Quiz is over. Everything's over. So yeah, let's do it Sunday. I got nothing to watch on Sunday. All right, everybody. You guys are fantastic. Star Wars video going up like in 10 minutes. Okay. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye. Oh, yeah, it's Father's Day. Is that a problem for anybody? I don't think so, right? I think it should be okay. Although, let me see what's going on with my dad. All right, let me look at it. Okay, bye.